Hey geeks, this is Clay Green here in Louisville, Kentucky. And when I'm not planning my 2019 trip to Walt Disney World, you can find me geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole family.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Welcome home, Disney World geeks. This week on the show, it's our first Run Disney show on episode 244 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geekin' Family Podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast, also featuring Mama, Auntie Judy, Soul Sister Holly, cousins Jen and EJ, and our Geekin' family will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I'm so excited you're here with us, listening to our show, because you're not a download to us. You're special, I know, because I've interviewed and talked with many of you. Geeky Disney people are awesome, and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. Join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, interviews with our Geekin' family members about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world. We take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family, so come join us to share in our love for Walt Disney World and each other, and I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. If you're listening to podcasts to plan your Disney vacation, listen to the end of our show and I'll give you a free offer to get direct advice from our team of Disney travel experts. Hey geeks, this week on the show, we finally talk about Run Disney events. I have been waiting so long, like forever, to do this show. It took my baby sister Heidi to finally get this topic covered properly. A big thanks to Melissa Koshiol and Holly Bercase for being great guests and answering all of my sister Heidi's questions, and for our geeks for asking great questions. Big shout out to Heather Newmeyer, Gretchen Crook, Amy Blackwell Lane, Auntie Judy, Brandy Walsh, Christy Arnott, Selena Roll, Janet Braverman, Linda Callahan-Hay, and Brianna Lopez. Great job, geeks, for asking some great questions. And our roundtable gave great answers. Well, let's take a look at all the highlights for this Run Disney episode coming up. Melissa, first, she does a mini trip report. She went to Miami, Key West, and Disney World. What an awesome trip, Melissa. Staying at the Beach Club Resort. We talk about Ample Hills versus Beaches and Cream ice cream. Oh, that is a tough debate. She eats at the Yak and Yeti. Be our guest for breakfast. She gets a room upgrade. And she talks about some mobile ordering and a little bit of Toy Story Land and Woody's Lunchbox. Then we get into the Run Disney events. We talk about which events are available and the dates of those are coming up. The cost of the races. Can you walk a 5K? What's the time limit? My sister asked, do you need to submit qualifications? What's so great about Run Disney events, guys? I hear people just rave about these events. They are so much fun. There's great motivators too. We take a look at what's involved with half marathons. What's the race course look like? What times do they start? What's the attendance of these events? Scheduling ADRs. How about if you want to get something to eat after a race? How difficult is it to do that? What should you do? Trip planning around the race. How many nights should you stay? How do you plan your trip around? Not just run the race, but having some fun and planning this big event for yourself. What's happening over at ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex? And hey guys, how do you train for a marathon? How fast do you have to go so you don't get swept? You don't want to get swept, right? But it is, it's a fun event that you can enjoy and have some competition too. I used to love to run until I injured my foot, but it's all about challenging yourself. And with the Run Disney events, have some fun with it. And a question is asked, can you participate as a speed walker? And can you run for charity? How far in advance of these events do you have to sign up? Well, we give some incorrect advice about the Princess Marathon because really right now you need to sign up for the Princess Marathon. It's already available. The August sign up is coming up. You can now sign up for that Princess event, and the Star Wars event for next April is coming up end of August to start signing up for. So, the guys give you some great advice to sign up early for those events. We talk about resorts that you want to stay at for the event. And again, does Disney support charities for the runs? How do you prep before a race? We talk about some other smaller runs at Walt Disney World Sports and over at the French Quarter. And we finish up with tips from Melissa and Holly. Well, do you like to set health goals? I think it's a great idea to include a Run Disney event as part of your motivation to get and stay healthy. Let's Run Disney now with Melissa, Holly, and my little sister Heidi. I can't believe we've been doing this podcast for over 4 years, and I've had many requests for this. Well, two things I guess I'm going to bring up, but one of them is a Run Disney podcast. Can you believe it? We've never done any talk. It's not because I'm such a horrible athlete, although I'm not much of an athlete anymore, but I was into the last 2 weeks. I've been going to the gym and working out. So I guess I'm ready for this podcast. Well, here's another first. Let's bring on my first guest. I've got 3 guests on tonight to talk about Disney World. One's coming on to ask a bunch of questions, and we sourced a bunch of questions from our Facebook group. So let's bring on our first guest. She lived with me for over 18 years, and she still talks to me. She recently lost over
155 pounds.
Wow, 155 pounds, and has become a prolific runner. And she's the sister of a very famous Disney World podcaster. My little sister is here in the studio. Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Heidi Stone Maddow.
Thank you.
Hello,
Hello,
sister. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm so excited for this topic.
Yeah, remember this came up where we had a picnic, like a Father's Day thing.
Father's Day picnic, I think. And I was getting ready to run a race in Litchfield, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I asked you about that, of course. And when I was getting prepared for that, somebody asked me if I had ever heard of the Princess Disney Run. And they said that it was really great. And that's why I asked you about it.
And I'm the Podfather.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, you come to the right place. Let's bring on our guest. She loves dragging her friends and family on the Hollywood Tower of Terror, even when they beg her to ride alone. She loves everything and anything Mickey shaped, her favorite being the Mickey ice cream bar. If she's not running across the boardwalk to go down the water slide at Stormalong Bay, she's running across a Run Disney finish line. Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Melissa Koshiol.
Hi, Geeks.
Hey, Melissa. How are you?
I'm great.
First time on the podcast, right?
I'm super excited, yes.
We actually were starting to plan this like over a month ago, right? And what happened?
Everybody was on vacation.
I went to Disney, and then there was everybody's busy in the summertime.
Well, the biggest thing was you went to Disney, right?
Yes.
We're going to do a little mini trip report with you, too. But first, we got one more guest, another expert at running Disney events. You ready to bring her on?
Yes.
Well, she deeply misses the Dreamfinder character walking around Epcot, and she's been known to stalk the Streetmosphere characters in Hollywood studios, and she's rope dropped the Daily Poutine in Disney Springs. She's one of the sweetest, cutest, smartest, and geekiest members of our Geek and Family. And please give a warm welcome to Geek and Royalty Super Geeker, Holly Bercase.
Hello, geeks.
Hey, Holly. Boy, this is like 2 weeks in a row we recorded.
I know. It's awesome. And hopefully you won't release them back to back so people are like, oh, I don't want to hear her voice again.
Yeah, right. They adore you, Holly. Don't even be so. How many of these Run Disney events have you run?
I have done a grand total of 2. So I'm like the baby of this topic in that I've 2. I'm doing the Wine and Dine 5K, so that'll be my 3rd, and then I have my eyes on the Star Wars one next year again as well.
All right. And your husband Peter runs with him also?
Yeah, he did the 10 with me this year, and he's going to do the 5 in the spring. He's not doing the Wine and Dine with me.
Nice. And Melissa, how many of these have you run?
I've run 7 at Disney World and 2 at Disneyland.
Excellent. When was your first one?
That was the Princess Half in 2011.
All right. So you've been doing them for, what's my math, 7 years? Nice. All right. Melissa, you just went to Disney World, didn't you? When did you go?
I went July 9th through July 13th.
Well, I think I'm going to have some dogs bark. Where did you stay?
We did 3 nights at the Beach Club and then 1 night at All Star Movies.
All right. Did you do some other stuff in Florida?
Yes, and then we drove to Miami and Key West.
All right. How was that?
It was a really good time. I've never been to Miami or Key West, so it was fun. And to see the ocean, of course, is so beautiful.
How long does it take you to drive to Miami from Disney World?
Only like 2.5 hours. It felt very short.
Yeah, I've actually made that run before. Fort Lauderdale's right there too, right?
Yes.
All right. So what'd you do in Miami?
We just went to South Beach. My husband's like a big, he loves like Miami Vice. So we did all that stuff.
How about Key West?
Down in Key West, we went snorkeling and went on like a catamaran and went to the beach and checked out like all the local shops. It was a good time.
First time there?
Yes.
That's one of Mama's favorite or bucket list items that she wants to try, Key West.
The whole time I was there, I was like, I wonder what old Key West looks like at Walt Disney World.
Oh, the resort. Yeah. Actually, I was just listening and editing a show that's a live recording from when I was there for my first day. I was listening back to that this morning, as a matter of fact. So tell me now, I got to do a little mini trip report because how was the resort at the Beach Club? What'd you think of that?
It was great. I definitely thought it was beautiful. It's, recently updated, a lot of great amenities, but the pool is definitely like the crown jewel.
Yeah. Was it the first time staying there?
Yes.
Heidi, did you stay there before?
Yeah, we've been there.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, Heidi, tell me your history with Disney World.
It's not very much.
It is?
My husband's here too. Say hello, Mike.
Hello. He's listening in.
He's listening. Mike and I went when we graduated college in 1989. And then we went back after we had our son and he was 7. We went twice. We took him when he was in first grade. He was 7 years old. And then in the spring, we went in the fall. And then we went back in the spring. We had to go for the Star Wars weekend. So those are the only 3 times that we've been.
All right. So Melissa, that was the first time at Beach Club, right? You said?
Yes.
All right. So it was awesome. First time at a deluxe resort?
Yes. I've never been to stayed at a deluxe resort before.
Are you?
And it definitely is deluxe.
Was it everything I said it was?
It was fantastic. I think going forward, I would definitely I don't know if I would do a value again.
Well, right.
Which was my fear, but.
What'd you do? One night at All Stars, you said?
I did one night at All Star Movies because originally we were going to just do, we were going to leave the 12th. And then I was like, no, that's not enough time. We need one more day. So.
Well, besides the pool, what's the best part about the Beach Club?
Besides the pool, I think, of course, the Epcot area that you can utilize the Boardwalk Resort and then use the International Gateway.
Yes. The location, right? Did you hang out?
Yes.
Did you hang out at the Boardwalk at all?
Yes, the first night when we arrived, we went and had dinner at Big River Grill and ice cream at Ample Hills and watched the street performers over there.
Perfect.
Ooh, Ample Hills.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my God, Ample Hills is like number 1. Beaches and Cream is number 2.
I've recently heard that. Why?
I just think the quality of the ice cream is so much better.
All right. Have you spent much time on the boardwalk before?
The only time I've ever been over there was mile 23 of the marathon. So different experience, or mile 24.
It all
I'm
kind of
gonna get
flashed
corrected
by,
on
right?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, we love to talk about food. Give me the highlights. Did you do any restaurants?
Yes, we did Be Our Guest, Sci-Fi, Yak and Yeti, and then we did a bunch of quick service mobile ordering.
Which was your favorite?
I loved Yak and Yeti. That was really good. But my husband loves the sci-fi theater. That was like his one request for this trip. So that was his favorite.
Have you been there before?
Yes.
Okay.
And that was a restaurant like his parents took him to. So anytime he goes to Disney, he has to eat there.
Is your husband a big Disney fan?
He is, but like he hasn't been with me since 2011 because I take my friends and my mom's gone with me. So like there's been some time where he like lost the bug. And now next year he's like, can we go on a Disney cruise? Like I made him, he's listening to the podcast from last Monday right now.
Oh, okay. Is that the one we did on the cruises then?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So what did you like about the Yak and Yeti?
I really loved, like, we love Asian inspired, like Asian fusion food.
Yeah. And
there is nothing better than after it's so hot at Animal Kingdom to go into the air conditioning and eat. Sit down.
Do you remember what'd you have?
I had like the chicken lettuce wraps. It's actually an appetizer, but I had it as my meal and it's really good.
All right. What was it? What was your next favorite restaurant you did?
Next favorite. We ate breakfast for the early park opening at Be Our Guest.
Yeah,
and
I hear that a lot.
The food is just like so-so. It's like lukewarm. I don't know if that's because we sat in the West Wing, so maybe by the time it like got there, it wasn't very good. But like, I just love the fact that we got in early, so I guess that's what you pay for.
Right. I don't know. People love Be Our Guest. I know that. Everyone that comes on our show, they do that same thing. They do the early morning breakfast, and they get. Did you get on some rides? Early?
Yes, we were able to get on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, like no waiting, which was awesome because the last time I was there, I waited 2 hours for it.
You did? Why didn't you have a fast pass?
Well, we didn't have one because I bought park tickets there, which I'm sure there's people right now screaming, like, why would you do that?
Me and Holly are like making faces at you right now.
But my husband's in the military, and I didn't know previously that I could buy them on base without traveling to a base because I don't live close. The closest base is within an hour. My husband's in the National Guard.
Okay.
So I didn't realize that. So I was like, I have to buy them at the TTC. Okay, that's fine. But then, you don't get the fast passes.
So, hey, did you have any pixie dust on this? Any good meetups with cast members or?
Well, we had some problems with our room the first night we got there. And then the second night they moved us and they gave us a bigger room. So that was awesome.
Really?
Our waitress at Cape May brought us cupcakes one morning. So that was really nice.
All right. What kind of room what was the difference in the room?
This room had like a pull-out couch, like a separate seating area.
Yeah.
So it was like, I feel like it was
a step up,
at least twice as big.
Were you close to the International Gateway?
We were like pretty much because it was just the third floor to the third floor. It was like from one side of the hallways to the next side. So it wasn't like a ton of difference. It was probably like a courtyard view compared to a garden view.
You ever see that movie, The Shining?
No.
The hallways remind me of that movie. You ever see that, Holly?
Of course.
Oh.
And yeah, I've never been in the Yountain Beach, but I can imagine.
The long hallways. It's actually someone posted in it reminded me because someone on our Facebook posted something like that recently. All right. You guys ready to talk? Any other good stories from your trip?
I definitely love Toy Story Land. It was amazing. I would definitely get there early, and then you can take advantage of the short lines, and mobile ordering is like definitely a lifesaver. So always use mobile ordering when you can.
Yeah. Did you use it there at what's the restaurant there called?
Woody's Lunchbox?
Woody's Lunchbox, yeah. Did you use mobile ordering for that?
Yes. And I think people were like jealous, like they felt like I was cutting them in line when I was like, sorry, can you go get my breakfast?
Perfect. Well, yeah, what'd you have? Is it good?
My husband had like the potato barrels. It's like breakfast with like scrambled eggs and potato barrels and sausage gravy. And I had this parfait that's like a banana split parfait with vanilla yogurt and strawberries and pineapples. It was really good.
Oh, wait a minute. You're a runner and you're eating all this. Oh, that was an ice cream. That was a yogurt. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, I knew we had an early reservation at the theater, so I was trying to hold out.
Do you eat healthy when you go to Disney World?
Yes and no. It just depends on the selections, I guess.
Perfect. All right. What do you say we talk about some Run Disney?
Sounds great.
All right. Hey, Heidi, do you want to give us you can give us a question? Got lots of them that we sourced from I told Heidi
Well, we already talked about how many different runs there were and when they are in the year.
No, actually, we weren't recording when we did that.
Oh, we didn't? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Let's do it for the listening audience, not just for us. So you guys...
That was my question.
Yeah.
That was my first question. How many different Disney runs are there, and which ones are the best?
Who wants to go first? Let's let Melissa go first.
You want me to count how many there are? Let me do it real fast.
Yeah.
There's 3, 4, 5. No, that one's a virtual run. So there's only 4 run weekends.
Let's run through what they are. Actually, I've got the dates when they're coming up too, but let's see. You talk and I'll see if I can find when they are.
Okay, so you have the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, and that's here. I have the dates January 9th through 13th.
Yeah.
And then there's the Disney Princess Half Marathon, and that's February 21st through the 24th this year. Yeah. And then followed by the Star Wars Half Marathon Weekend, and that's in April.
And I think Holly's running one soon, right, Holly?
Yes, the Wine and Dine, and that is November 1st through the 4th.
So those are the 4. And then you said there's a virtual one. What's a virtual marathon?
You just do it at your own pace. You pay, and they'll send you shirts and medals, and you do it at home.
Yeah. It's a 5K, and you have the option. It runs June, July, August. This is the 3rd year they've done it. And if you sign up for all 3, you get a 4th completer medal. Or if you just want to sign up for one, you can do it a la carte. I'm a big fan of virtual runs. I know there's a lot of people that are like, well, you're just buying your medal. Well, I'm not going to lie. Medals are what motivate me. And I have a rule. If I do a virtual run, I will not open the box until I complete the run. And it's a good way for me to get motivated. So
that's excellent.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to go to the Facebook group from Heather Newmeyer. I think everyone's kind of asking how much these cost, so hold that. She asked a couple questions. What are the different distances, and can you walk the shorter races, and where do they go? And she says anything and everything. So how much do these usually run, guys? Are they different for each one?
Yeah, they're about $80 to $585.
Okay. So I'm sure, is there somewhere online you can go get all the prices for everyone?
It goes, yeah. Well, it's also, I've noticed, kind of different race to race. Like, I want to say when I signed up for the Star Wars 5K, it was like 85. And when I signed up for the Wine and Dine, it was 80. Okay. So there might be like a little bit, but you're basically looking at about 80-ish for a 5K, about 120 for the 10, and like 250 for a half? Does that sound about right? Want 200?
I think it's between like 180 or 200. I don't remember.
And then if you do the challenge, it's closer to 300.
Melissa, which ones have you run?
I have run the Princess Half in 2011, the Walt Disney World Half Marathon in 2012, and that year I did like what is called the Goofy's Challenge. So you do the half marathon on Saturday and the full marathon on Sunday.
Wow.
And because I was really crazy that year, I had to have my coast-to-coast medal, so I traveled out to Disneyland to do their half marathon. And then I did the Walt Disney World Marathon again in 2013, and then the Tinkerbell Half Marathon in 2014 out in Disneyland. And then the Enchanted 10K in 2014, which is part of the Princess Half Marathon weekend, followed by the Princess Half, and then you get like a bonus medal. At the time, they called it the Glass Slipper Challenge, but I don't think they call it that anymore. I think it's the Fairy Tale Challenge. And then I just did the Wine and Dine last year.
Nice. So can you walk the shorter races?
I think so, definitely.
Especially the 5K. The big thing I learned with the 5K was it is, of all of them, the most relaxed. You're not timed. You're not being chip timed. And I watched the last person cross the finish line this year at the Star Wars, and they crossed at like the 2.5 hour mark. So that meant the last person probably left the corrals at about an hour after the first person. So, I mean, so someone took an hour and a half to do a 5K. You know, that's pretty doable, but when you start getting to the 10, the half, the marathon, they're a lot more stricter about that time limit.
I was going to ask, do you have to submit qualifications for the 10K or the half or and the full marathon?
You don't have to submit them.
Do you have to show proof that you ran a
for
marathon?
For a better corral or like an earlier start time, you have to submit one, or else they put you in the back, which isn't it's not horrible to be back there. I've been back there. Mm-hmm. You just don't get as much, like, I call it flex time.
Yeah, you're less time to stop and get pictures or things like that. Like, you don't have to submit. Like she said, they give you like a range, but up to a certain point, if you're going to be, if you're faster than what the unsubmit, I'm totally having word vomit right now.
I think I read you had to be, like, for the half, you had to at least run a 13-minute mile.
16. It's 16 across the board.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
All right.
So why do you guys run these races?
I like to eat.
And run it off?
I think they're so fun.
Yeah? What's so fun about them?
Well, it's just like you get all the Disney magic from going to the parks, but like in the form of a race. Like they have fireworks in the beginning. Sometimes the characters are out there, the fairy godmother, and there's on-course entertainment. And I just feel like it's more cheerful than like running alongside fellow Chicagoans back home.
Listen, give me an example of a course race. Pick one of them and let's talk about where it goes.
Let's do, two of them are the same. The Walt Disney World Half Marathon and the Princess Half Marathon have the same course. You could do that one.
Yeah, let's do that.
So that one starts in the Epcot parking lot.
Yeah.
And you kind of like go behind the scenes. Like you feel like you're trudging through the forest almost.
Okay.
And it's dark out, so you can't see a lot, but that's okay. Everyone's doing it together.
What time do they start?
Ooh, the race starts at
5:30 usually.
Yeah, it's very early.
Like, but you have to get there earlier.
Yes, you can't.
I know somebody asked like what time, and we can address it later. But let me tell you, people were getting home from Disney Springs after a night of drinking when I was going to run.
It's very early. I think like the last bus pickup at the resort is like 3:30 or 4 or something like that.
It's a city that doesn't sleep. Let's just Yeah, okay, so let's keep going and run the course. You're going behind Epcot?
Yeah, so then you start, you go through, and you run most of the race on highway, or like the Disney highway, you should say.
Yep.
And along the course, you'll see there's characters or the people on stilts. There'll be local like cheerleaders out there, band members, and it takes you to Magic Kingdom. So you actually like run through like the over by the TTC where it says like "Welcome to Magic Kingdom" when you drive your car over there. So you run through that. Yep. They always have this thing that says like it's like a loudspeaker and it's like "Caution, speed bumps ahead," and that's like when you know.
Caution, speed bump ahead.
And you just hear it like on loop. You know when you're getting close, even if you don't hear the sign or see the sign. And then you go through back almost by Main Street USA where the confectionery is over there by Tony's.
Yeah.
There's like and then you go down Main Street and you go through Tomorrowland and back by Fantasyland, through Adventureland. So you go through pretty much all of Magic Kingdom. And then you get to kind of go behind the scenes again where they keep the floats and stuff. So they'll have characters back there on the floats that you can get pictures with. And then it takes you back out to the highway. So it's like you make like you go start at Epcot, you go to Magic Kingdom, and you work your way back to Epcot again.
So that's
you'll go around World Showcase and through Future World.
That's a half marathon, right?
Yes.
All right. How about like a shorter one?
Holly, you want to take that one?
Yeah, because the one I did, the 5Ks, and I believe this is like the one that's pretty much across the board the same, is self-contained in Epcot. The 5Ks start in the Epcot parking lot, take you around back. You go back in through Mexico. You can't get a margarita. I tried. And then you go through World Showcase and then basically back out Epcot. The 10K for Star Wars was interesting because you started at the Magic Kingdom parking lot. You had to go to Epcot, get a bus to Magic Kingdom, and the first 3 miles was just that strip of highway that you then got off on the overpass that took you to the backside of studios where you came in by Fantasmic and Tower of Terror. And that first 3 miles was difficult because they had nothing. They had no characters. They had no sets because that section of road has to be cleared like immediately. So we didn't get any characters until we got into studios. And then once you got into studios, it was cool. They had a whole bunch of, I know they had some of the Streetmosphere. I was very stressed out and just wanted to get done. So I just was running by people, but they had a bunch of stuff set up. And then you take the path from studios to the boardwalk, and then you run the boardwalk into the International Gateway, kind of go along the back side of England and come out by the phone booths, that little strip. And then you go on to cross the finish line outside of Spaceship Earth and in the parking lot.
Nice. All right, I'm going to keep going with the questions from our Geekin' family. Gretchen Crook asks, logistics-wise, how many people are there?
I actually looked this up.
Did you find a good answer?
I did. So the most popular of the 4 that are offered, the 2 most popular races are the Marathon Weekend and the Princess Weekend. They both average about 20,000 people for their half marathon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whereas Star Wars and Wine and Dine are a little more in like the 10 to 13,000 range. So, and it's crowded, but it doesn't ever, there's a few points at least in the routes I've done where it does get a little like shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
But I've not had an experience where I ever thought, oh my God, there are just too many people. I'm never doing this race again.
Tip for the guys who aren't running: don't go when the races are running. That's why
or
we're
stay
going
to the right. Like if you have to slow down, get to the right. That's one of those things sometimes that you have to.
Don't even go to Disney World if you're not going to be running the race during those times. That's why we go after the marathon in January. All right.
Yeah, January is the big one. If you're there and you're not running the marathon, you did something wrong.
And it's right after New Year's. So really, Disney, like we said, does an outstanding job keeping the parks full. And these are some of the events that do it for them, for sure. How early did you guys get up to go to these races?
Sometimes I got up at like 2 a.m., 2:30.
Yeah, that's what we did for our 10K. We were up and taking a lift to Epcot by 2:45 so that we could be on one of the first buses to the Magic Kingdom parking lot so we could get into our corral and then sit there for an hour and a half.
Or you could just go to Disney Springs half the night and then go right to the race, right?
I'm sure there are some people that do, and God bless them, but I can't.
Heidi, you got a question?
But do you need to buy a pass for the park for that day, or you just spend the money on the run itself?
So unfortunately, after you finish the run, if you don't have a ticket, you can't get back into the park.
Yeah.
So you'd still have to buy a ticket.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's a bummer, especially if you're paying the $585 for the Dopey Challenge, but
Yeah.
And then someone asked, how early can you get an ADR after the race?
That's a personal preference.
Yeah.
Like
that one's really hard. I've only had an ADR one time out of the 9 runs I did, and that was in Disneyland, because I feel like you never really know like how your body's going to handle the race. And if you're trying to go back to your resort and shower, you have to take a bus there, and sometimes the road closures and stuff, it's just kind of risky. I don't know. Unless you're going to your resort, like if you're at Beach Club and you want to go back to Cape May, maybe you'd feel like a little bit better about doing that. But I think that's really a personal choice.
Good answer. That was from Amy Lane, by the way. She asked that. Heidi, you got another question?
How many days do you think you'd recommend to be before the marathon? And then should you stay in Disney? And how many days would you stay before you left? Just crowd-wise.
Holly, do you want to go first?
Well, I haven't done any of like the super big races, but I was thinking, because I believe Glenn asked sort of a similar question, like what, ideally if you were planning your whole trip around this, what would you do? I think for me, if I'm running the half or the challenge or really any of them, I would get there Friday, get my packet, and relax. And I know this is hard because we're Disney people and you're at Disney and you're excited, but I've heard so many stories of people who, they get there a few days before and they go hard in the park, and then they wake up for their half and they're like, oh no, this is going to be difficult. And I think, give yourself some time after. I mean, if you can afford to do the whole week after, that would be obviously ideal. But if you do Friday to Friday, I think that would be the best way to me, because then you'd run, the half on Sunday, give yourself some time to relax and heal up a little bit. And then that you can start going into the parks and doing stuff. And I to me, that seems like the best option.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Whatever day the expo starts, because I like to buy the merchandise. If you're not a merchandise person, maybe you don't have to show up the first day of the expo, but I like to go the first day of the expo. There's so many different little activities and picture spots, and sometimes they have characters. And
when's the expo? Is that like on a Friday or?
It usually starts like a day or two before the race.
Okay.
So like
Thursday on a normal, Thursday. Wednesday on the marathon weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I like to go and get all like the official Disney merchandise. Then you could spend more of your time after the race is over. Just like Holly said, I wouldn't be getting there a few days before, and then you'd be exhausted by the time after your race, possibly because you weren't full stink or you went too hard in the park.
Right.
Good advice.
In certain races, like the Wine and Dine, have an event after, like later that night to have, like you can go experiences just for the runners, and it's like a special ticketed event.
I gotta believe there's wine there then.
Yeah. And dining.
All right. Self-explanatory. And the merchandise. So they have very specific merchandise for each event, right?
Yes. And sometimes it sells out. You'll see someone with it at the parks and you'll be like, where did you get that jacket? They'll be like, it was at the expo. And you're like, oh, I didn't see it because I got there last night.
Do they give you anything that comes with the cost of the run, like a t-shirt?
Yeah, you get a really nice wicking material shirt. Depending on the race, it might be long sleeve, and they're really great. They have men's cut and women's cut. Mm-hmm. And if you you go there and you don't try it on and you don't like the way it fits, they're really good about exchanging it for a different size.
All right. Auntie Judy asked a bunch of questions. Some of you already answered, but she's wondering where do they stand? Is there some place where people can watch and cheer you on?
Oh, yeah.
Where's the best? Yeah.
They do offer something they call a cheer, CHEAR. package, but I don't think I've ever known anyone to get it because it's you get like some swag and you get seating, but honestly, park at Epcot. If the finish line's at Epcot, park at Epcot. You can walk right up where the finish line is and cheer for people. Or I don't know about the longer, like out on like the TTC and stuff, but I know when you're going through the boardwalk, I mean, it's the boardwalk. So there were people hanging out of their room windows cheering us on during the Star Wars 10K. So there's a lot of opportunity to do it with that. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything extra. So I recommend it. I'll tell you, I went to the 5K, even though I wasn't running it. I didn't know anybody running it because I was like, I'm going to stay till the last person crosses because, last year it meant so much to me to have people that I didn't know from Adam's House Cat who were saying like, good job, keep going. And that, so I wanted to be that person for someone. And I think it's nice to be able to cheer people on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they don't charge any of the spectators in the park, or you have to.
They have to have a park ticket to get in, I believe.
Yeah.
But if you're just at the finish line, then that's fine.
Yeah, because it's outside Epcot.
Okay.
It's just outside Epcot. You're not. It's like if you just went to the parking lot. You're not in the park.
All right.
One of my favorite times I saw my mom who was spectating. I dragged her out both Saturday and Sunday for the half marathon on Saturday, full marathon on Sunday. So she was like the ultimate cheerleader. She stood. Eventually, they're going to open up the monorail, and so she took the monorail from Epcot to the TTC and then cheered me on over there. And then she took the monorail again to the Grand Floridian and then cheered me on over there. And then she was able to get back on the monorail and meet me at the end.
Back at Epcot?
Yeah. And like then, because I don't remember if we had park tickets or not that day, or if it was just easier for her to do it.
Nice.
Like that.
All right. Glenn Kessler asked a bunch of questions we already answered, but he also, I don't know, is anything happening over at Wide World of Sports during the marathon?
Well, they have the expo where they have all the merchandise, different running companies, different shoe companies are there, all trying to sell different. And then you have the official Run Disney merchandise. Sometimes they have characters and magic shots, and they'll have Jeff Galloway there. He'll come do some tips and motivation. They'll have people like stretching you out, but once the expo's over, there's really not a lot going on over there.
Who's Jeff Galloway?
He is the man who like invented the run walk method. So it's like interval training. So for example, you might run 2 minutes, but then you're going to walk a minute, and then you run 2 minutes, and then you're going to walk a minute.
I was reading that on the website that's linked to the Disney Run.
Yes, he's like the official trainer, and it's really cool because he does the races. So like I have a picture of me and Jeff Galloway at the race, which is like awesome.
Nice.
And how do you train for a marathon? Like, what do you recommend? What your week would look like?
Personally, how I got started was I registered for the 2010 Bank of Chicago Marathon, so that's 26.2 miles, and I started with training with Team in Training, which is partnered with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and they have local groups all over the United States, and they have coaches and mentors, and they give you a training schedule, and you meet with them on Saturdays, and you guys do your runs together, and they have water, and they're like super great, and that like really helped me run my first long distance race. I know plenty of people who just printed out a schedule and they followed it by themselves, but if you could find a running group or a partner, or even if it's your friend or spouse that's going to ride their bike with you for your first long distance training season, I would highly recommend that.
All right. That's great tips.
Are you thinking of doing the marathon, Heidi?
No, not the marathon. No.
Half.
No, half. Maybe.
You're thinking of half.
I'm thinking half.
All right.
Definitely could do the 10.
Well, once you do the half, you're like, oh, well, I only have to run another 13 miles. I might as well just do that.
I could just do it again.
Brandy Wash asked some questions that we think we may have already answered, but is there a time constraint, and how fast of a runner do you have to be, and can you walk a little and still make it to the finish line?
So the big thing obviously you want to shoot not just for that 16 minute, you want to try and be under, just because you do want to give yourself time for bathroom breaks, water breaks, food breaks. I need to tie my shoe breaks, whatever. With the Disney runs, the thing I learned, I got into it. My cousin Michelle and her running partner Jennifer signed me up for it. And now I have to sign like 5 people up. It's like a pyramid scheme. and she told me that the clock officially doesn't start until the last person crosses the start line. So the first person to cross, in Corral A, right up front, they could walk a 20-minute mile and conceivably finish without any issue. Whereas if you're the last person leaving the last corral, you have to have that 16 minutes or less. I don't rely on that. I think if you get it in your head, like, well, I'm in Corral C, so I don't really have to worry about working too hard. That's not why I do it. But it's if you just train for it, you won't have issues. You won't get caught by the balloon ladies. You won't get swept, which I almost did, and it was one of the most terrifying moments of my life. So
the balloon ladies are the guys sweeping up after.
Well, they're the unofficial pace setters. Yeah. So they're the ones that are the last people to cross. They keep a 16-minute mile, and if they get past you, you're in trouble. Okay. Because Disney, they have balloons attached to them, and so Disney, they have certain points throughout the race, especially on the roads, where sweep points, basically. And if you're behind the balloon ladies and they pass that sweep point, you can get swept. And, it sucks.
It's over for happens. You. Yeah, because they got to open the parks, right?
Yeah, they got to open the roads. Like, that's at the end of the day, like, because, again, never ever assume you're safe. But it's kind of like once I was heading towards the boardwalk, I was thinking, okay, I'm relatively safe because they could technically still sweep me. They'd have to drag me into a golf cart, which I think would be really funny. But it's not like you're on a major road where they have buses that can stop you. Yeah. So.
Well, Selena Roll asks, how did you guys train? You're kind of on that topic a little bit already. Melissa, what's your training? Do you run every other day or?
I like to follow a schedule. A lot of the time it will have like at least 2 or 3 runs during the week with some type of like cross training day or an off day. And then on the weekend, I'll do the long run on Saturday. And then you have an off day on Sunday. Yep. Some people like to switch it up, but it's just, there's tons of different schedules online. But if it's your first race and you're able to meet with some type of running group or a friend, I would definitely recommend that because doing it by yourself is so lonely.
I like that idea. And Holly, how do you train?
Well, even though I'm doing the 5, the 10K didn't go as well as I wanted it to. So I've been sort of overkilling. Not to the point where I hurt myself. Don't worry. I know there's probably some people that are like, be careful, don't hurt yourself. I'm not. I do 6 days a week where about 4 of them are focused. Well, 4-ish are focused on pacing, working on, short distance pacing and then some longer runs. And then my other days, I'm more doing like weights and trying to just build strength, especially obviously in my legs. But I tried the Galloway and it didn't work for me. And I wanted it to work for me so bad because it's like the Coca-Cola of running. Everybody loves it. And it just didn't work for me. And actually, I was talking to Chris Cates, and she recommended Hal Higdon. Mm-hmm. And I've been kind of following, like I said, I'm not like really strictly following it, his half, because I'm doing a 5K. But I've been using it a little bit more as a training. And it's so far, I mean, I feel like I've definitely gotten much faster and if nothing else, I want to enjoy my 5K in November, which my own psychology. I was very stressed out during the 10K for a lot of reasons, and I was very stressed out during my first 5K, and I'd like to walk away from a Run Disney event and go, wow, I had fun from beginning to end.
Well, I would think these are mostly fun events. I mean, is it really competitive?
No, it's just a lot of the issues I had were me. Like I psychologically just kind of messed with myself, and you know, I don't know. I wanted to enjoy it, but I was so scared that I was going to get swept, and then that led to feelings of inadequacy. So it's a whole thing. But they are a lot of fun. I promise. I know I'm probably not selling it very well. I'm not going to meet my quota for the month, but I promise they are a lot of fun. And I did a 5 and a 10 here in Jacksonville. It's not fair to compare anything to Run Disney, because nothing will be like Run Disney. Nothing will be as positive. Nothing will be as fun. Even if you just do the 5K, like I recommend, if you are physically able, do a Disney 5K, because one, the medals are really cool. And I mean, again, that's why I do this, food and medals. That's why I'm doing the wine and dine, because it's food and medals.
They got your number, Holly, for sure.
Well, they know what I like. They're like, oh, let's see, let's get Holly here and her money spent.
Christy Arnett was asking if can you be a speed walker and still participate?
Oh, I think definitely, for sure. In 2014, I was running with a half marathon with 2 of my friends, and right after we left Magic Kingdom, which was probably mile 6 or 7, she just couldn't. She was having an injury, and we sped walker just might even walked, and we were still okay. And we're not like super fast runners.
All right, there you go. You got another one, Heidi?
Yeah. Can you join any charity to run with, or can you make up your own charity to run?
I know that Run Disney has official charities listed on their website, and they change from year to year. I've run 2 with Team in Training, partnering with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and that was probably like 2 of like my biggest highlights. Was then you had a whole team, and you can still wear a costume while you run if you choose, but I also had like my team jersey on it.
Right.
And then you have coaches on course. So like people know when you're coming, they'll be like, oh, Melissa should be here at this time. And then they'll run with you for a little bit. So you have someone else to kind of like build you up if you're feeling down.
Right.
So I really love Team in Training. It's really close to my heart. My brother had lymphoma when I was growing up. But I've had several other friends who run races that have also partnered with them, and the fundraising is different from year to year. Sometimes it includes the hotel room. Sometimes you can have the option to opt out, but they have a huge party afterwards usually, and it's great. They have a ton of on-course help and cheerleaders. So I would definitely check them out if you're looking for a charity.
But that would be on the website where the
Yes.
runs are listed, right?
And certain, like the Disney Princess Half, that benefits the Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
Yeah.
So they might have like their own official charity there as well.
Well, I think as our podcast has gotten plenty big enough, we can have people at all these runs and put some of our groups together too. All right. Janet Braverman. Let's see. How far out is it recommended to sign up for each event? And do you need to send Disney qualifying? We talked about that, the times. And yeah, okay. Then she asked if there's a minimum time to meet. I think you answered that. But that's a good question. How far out is it recommended to sign up for each event?
Holly, do you always sign up this Thursday?
Yes, as soon as it opens. Because now, obviously, the Star Wars, when I signed up for it last year, because that's the thing. Like you have to understand, if you're going to commit to this, you're putting in time, because like the marathon opened 2 weeks ago and it's pretty much almost sold out. I know the Princess will be opening this week, I think.
August 6th or 7th. Hold on, let me look it up.
So it's coming up soon, and I promise you it's going to sell out quick. But Star Wars and Food and Wine, I think Food and Wine sold out pretty fast too, actually. So the answer is as soon as possible. If you are a DVC or an AP, you can usually get in a few days early, and if you can take advantage of that, do it. And don't waffle. Just if you are committed to do it, do it. And yeah, because it goes quick. It's not one of those. It's usually not one of those things you go, oh, I'll see how it is in a few months. Like, you got to be committed. Like, I'm going to do this. Aside, like, the Star Wars Rivals for next year is opening up August 23rd for AP and DVC. I'm going to be on my way down to Disney that day, and I've already started mapping out the different Starbucks I'll be passing so that I can stop, get in on a Starbucks, because at noon, I'm going to be there buying my races and Peter's races and spending more money than I should.
And Disney recently changed. They always used Active, but now they're using signups through My Disney Experience. So hopefully that will be better, because the system has been known to crash.
Yeah.
It seems to be better, because they had me migrate.
It's like streamlined. It seems better. And you can register like people, especially if like you're Holly's case and you're registering more people. They give you a certain amount of time and it allows you to do it. So I think that was a great move by Disney. But I would definitely, if you're interested, register the first day, because myself, there has been times where I tried to register and I could not get into the race.
Well, great advice.
And just to put this out there, after you register, it is near impossible to get money back, to transfer bibs.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to sell your bib. People do it, but you're not supposed to. So just keep that in mind. I know obviously a lot of stuff can happen, but if you're kind of like, well, I don't know, that we might be moving around that time, or, another life event that you may or may not, just keep that in mind. Because that's what kind of makes me nervous when I do sign up for these. Like, I sign up and I'm like, yeah, I got in. And then I'm like, oh my God, I have to do this. And I'm like, wait, when is it? Oh, I got time.
Yeah, because the princess one is in April, right? Is that what we said?
February.
Oh,
February.
Okay. All right.
So it's coming up. Like, if Heidi, if you're like seriously like, I want to do the princess half next year, you need to be ready to sign up for it when it opens, because it goes really fast.
Yeah, they all
And
do.
I would make your hotel stay now before registration.
Yeah. Now, where do you recommend to stay within the park? Like, which hotel or place would you stay that's closest to the race start?
Well, when I started doing this in 2011, there was only select host resorts, but now it seems like every resort is a host resort. Okay. So you can pretty much stay anywhere. I've stayed at the Values. I've stayed at Art of Animation. I've stayed at Coronado. I wouldn't say there's like a preference. I kind of like, which some people don't agree with, I like to go in the hot tub after a run. If that's important to you, then know that. If not, then you can pretty much, I feel like if you have a favorite resort, stay at your favorite resort.
Yeah, because you're not going to necessarily gain advantage. Like, you can't walk to the start line. That was something they were like really adamant about. It was something they were really adamant about this year. Like, if you were staying at the Polynesian and you wanted to walk over to the Magic Kingdom parking lot, you couldn't. They were like, no, and I know it sounds backwards. They had to catch a bus to Epcot and then back to the parking lot, because that's how they were controlling the flow of people as well as doing bag checks. Because I guess they had an issue last year where people were just walking up like, oh yeah, where can I put my stuff? And they were like, in Epcot's parking lot.
Right.
But my tip personally, this is just me, I've stayed off property for the past couple races. I'm probably going to do half off, half on for this coming one in November. I've heard really great about the Swan and Dolphin during these races, that they do a lot of, like, they give runners like runner boxes when they check in with like snacks and pain medication and, cute stuff like that. And they offer a lot of really good discounts with the food. They do like runner specific foods at their restaurants. But something else I would consider, if you can have a car, I prefer to be able to drive to Epcot or take a Lyft, just because I don't want to rely on the buses more than I have to.
Where have you stayed outside of the park?
I've stayed for this last one in April. I did an Airbnb because I was with my in-laws and they're a little weird about hotels. And the thing that I did like about this, and I would say if you can get anywhere with a kitchen or a way to cook.
That's what I was thinking.
We were able to cook before our race.
Yeah.
And I'm normally not a paranoid person. You know, I'm not somebody who worries about like, oh, is my food going to be undercooked or whatever. But I seem to have really bad luck when it comes to food poisoning.
Oh, no.
And so I have this fear. So like being able to cook our meal the night before was great. You know, we were able to control. And that's the other thing. Like as you are doing this, you know, you got to kind of figure out what works for you. My father-in-law used to be an ultra marathoner, and something that him and I talked about was, you know, for some people, you know, they have to eat small meals. For some people, they eat that one big meal 12 hours before, and that's what works for them. So, you know, you got to kind of find what works for you before the race. And the reason I'm looking at doing off property for the first half is so I can kind of control my eating a lot more. And then for the second half, when we're doing a little bit more Disney, going on property where I'm not going to be concerned about running the next day.
Where do you recommend off property with the kitchen? Like, is there the Marriott or?
Believe it or not, I stayed in an extended stay that's actually pretty good, that has a full kitchen and you can get the pots and pans and stuff from them. But there's a lot of really great places around there's a lot of great places around that I'm sure if you talk to a travel agent, they can say, oh yeah, this has a kitchenette, or this has a this has a that. Right.
We can help you that, Heidi.
I know.
But like I said, I know we like to stay on property. I love staying on property, but sometimes, you know, you might, like I said, if you do the first half of your vacation off where, again, you can control. But then again, you might find that you're the kind of person who eats kind of a bigger meal and that's what works for you. So you're not so much worried about, it's all about finding what works for you before, during, and after the race and how you can make that work at Disney.
Right.
And if you're someone like that is staying on property and in the morning, a lot of the food courts and stuff will have like bagels and stuff that you can buy, but don't be those people because the line's really long. At the start line, they'll also have like booths set up with bagels and bananas and coffee. But again, don't be that person either because the line is so long. Bring your own bagel or your granola bar because you just stand there on your feet when you should be like sitting down before the race.
You should be in your corral sitting and meditating.
I got a question for you guys. Linda Callahan Hay wonders, I guess many race events support a charity. So does the Disney races, the Disney company support charity for this event?
I think every year in the program they have a selected charity. Besides the Princess, I don't know if there's one that directly benefits, like as the sponsor. But I know that they really welcome charities, and the charities that participate, they probably give them like really low comped rooms for the athletes. Because like, for example, if you have to fundraise $3,000, the charity doesn't want to have to pay most of that to Disney for the resort and the registration. So I'm sure that they definitely help the charities out in that way.
We're so glad you brought your dog onto the podcast too. It's
do you hear her?
Geek and family tradition.
She's like, I'm not rubbing her belly, so she's like making noises. She says,
I get the same way. It's okay. But yeah, like I think I can't remember because again I was kind of stressed out. But I know that they had a charity for the 10K. I don't know if that was the same charity for the 5.5 when it came to the Star Wars, but they had someone there from the charity. They talked about it. They showed a video about it. And I want to say that the volunteers that were there that day were also tied into the charity. I could be wrong. Again, I'm sorry. I'll pay more attention in November, and I'll correct myself if I need to. But I think every year they, at least for the Star Wars and the others, not just the Princess, they have a charity that kind of is like the spotlighted charity of the event.
Well, how did we do, guys?
Excellent.
How did you do? Did you check off all your questions that you had?
I think I did.
I got one more from Brianna Lopez. And you guys can think of your final statements, all right?
Okay.
Final thought.
Your last words.
Your last word. But Brianna asks, well, she talks about what's your preparation routine before the run. So I think she's talking about kind of the day before kind of thing, or even months before. So what's your preparation, Melissa?
The day before, I will do like a half day in the parks, or I'll do like a pool day, depending on the time of year. And then previously, before, when it was Downtown Disney, I used to go eat at Planet Hollywood. That was my meal. But this year, when I did Wine and Dine, I know you guys all rag on Tony's on Main Street, but I had the best squash ravioli there.
Excellent to know.
I had like 3 or maybe it was 4 p.m. the dinner reservation, and then afterwards we rode the train around and then went back to the resort and just relaxed.
I'm glad to hear something good about Tony's. I can't really make fun of it because I've never been there, but I've never heard anyone talk any rave about it before.
I always hear everybody making fun of it. I've also eaten at Mama Melrose before a race. That was really good. They have really good some type of gnocchi there. I remember being like, It was such a huge plate, and I wanted to eat all of it, but I didn't want to feel like so stuffed that I was going to get sick.
Those are all.
I was so sad to like let it sit there
Those
and
are
not be eaten.
Italian places, so you're looking for pasta for your pre-run meal.
Those are really important if you like to eat the pasta. Like if you're into that type of carbs, the pasta, to make a ADR, unless you're going to be eating like food court pasta. It'll be really hard.
Or you could do Al Forno, Traditore. What's it
Yes.
called? We're at the boardwalk. Yeah.
They're all really. That's a good tip. If you like to eat like rice and beans and like you can handle the spice of Mexican food before a race, then you probably don't have to worry about that.
Holly, do you have a pregame meal?
Well, before my 10, it was pasta, but I think I'm on a theory right now. I think pizza is going to be my go-to.
All
right.
Because I feel like it has a lot of like everything.
All right.
And I love pizza. Like I had some tonight because I didn't want to cook, so pizza.
You have a favorite pizza place at Disney World?
Oh, you know what? I've only ever had Pizza Rizzo's. I've never ventured out. I guess when I go to Disney, I try to get stuff that I either can't make at home or I don't know. I'm a pizza snob.
Well, then,
so.
You gotta try.
I know
Via Napoli.
I know, but I just haven't, and I know it's on the list. It's on the list. I renewed my tables for another year, so
right.
it's on the list for this year. Maybe I'll work it into race weekend in November, but just something really, really quick I wanted to add on is that they don't get talked about as much, but they do kids races at these Run Disney events. They do diaper dashes. They do 1 to 4-year-olds, 5 to 8-year-olds, and 13 and under. And it's held at the Wide World of Sports. They get a little medal. They get a shirt. And I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really cute. So, like, if you're bringing your family, think about that. If you have any young kids or anyone, in your family that isn't old enough to do any of the other races, and this sounds like something they might like, then I think you should do it.
And if you're, and Holly, don't forget, Holly, if you're bring me over to the French Quarter for the 1 mile beignet dash.
Yeah, like the best run ever because there's beignets at the end.
Because you get beignets. So yeah, if you haven't listened to our podcast, Holly went over this very in depth. That they actually have a run over at the French Quarter
And they're doing one at the All-Star Resorts. They're doing something over there. I saw, not like weekly, but they're I guess, testing the water to see if people want to do more running things around the resorts. I think that's really cool. I know there's people that are like, why would you do that? And it's like, well, I know when we're on vacation, but I got to say one of the best things is walking, running, enjoying the boardwalk early in the morning. Yeah. That is just beautiful.
I know. I've never understood the people I see up early in the morning running in Disney when you're going to walk 20 miles after that. But yeah, the beignet run over, what do they do that every week?
Every Sunday morning they do the beignet dash at French Quarter, and it's like a mile and change, and you don't have to run. You can walk, and it's a lot of fun.
You don't have to sign up 6 months before either.
No. That's an impulse. Or if you're me and you wake up, a few weeks before and you look at your husband and say, can we drive 2.5 hours so I can spend $15 on beignets and exercise? And he's like, all right.
It's a good husband.
Yeah. Well, he ate one of them. So,
So, Heidi, you got any more last questions or you're good?
I'm good. Thank you so much for all the valuable information. Thank you.
Melissa, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I have some last words.
All right. Go for it.
Okay. Tip number 1, never stop at the first bathroom break. You're going to see like a line for miles. And even if you really, really, really got to go, don't do it. You waste so much time just standing there to use the bathroom. And Disney's great. They put tons of bathrooms on the course. And if you're in the parks, they'll allow you to use the bathroom, so you don't have to worry about that. Yep. But just don't use the first bathroom. I've seen so many people they just, their body, and sometimes your body just has to go, but just try and hold out if you can.
Go before you leave the race.
Yeah, go before you can. Just don't use that very first bathroom. That's such a waste of time. Of course, listen to your body. If your body's telling you to slow down, you'd rather slow down than be completely, you can't finish it all. But Disney is, out of all the races I've run, Disney's medical tent is awesome. They have like these huge chugs of BioFreeze, which is kind of like Bengay. You put it on your muscle, it like cools them. They'll give you Tylenol or ibuprofen because their whole goal is they want you to finish the race. But there's tons of medical tents. They'll give you Vaseline or anti-chafe. So if you're feeling ill, definitely check out a med tent.
Do they have that every day at Epcot? Because I could use that anti-chafe.
They should. They really should, because they'll have blister Band-Aids and stuff. And even after the race, they have ice and people to stretch you out. Like, they really do need that. Like, after a full stink day, there should be a med tent.
Those giant misting fans.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They should hand out anti-chafe medicine on the way in.
Take as many pictures as possible. When I first started Run Disney Race, I had a disposable camera that I carried with me.
Yeah.
Now you use your iPhone. And if the character lines are really long, stand in front of it. Like, just tap another runner and be like, can you just take my picture really quick as like this person runs out? So you could still have like the experience of getting the pictures of the characters, because sometimes they're really long. If the rides are open while you're running through the park, ride them. This past race, I rode Tower of Terror at the Wine and Dine Half Marathon. It was the best time I rode it. Wow. It'll be a forever memory.
I guess you're not tracking your time.
No. No, and of course, smile when you see all those PhotoPass. Now Disney has the PhotoPass people take the race photos compared to they used to have to hire an outside company. So if you buy Magic or Memory Maker, that's included. If you weren't thinking about buying Memory Maker, but now know that all your race photos are going to be, you have to put in, you have to link it. You just put in the race code and then put in your bib number. It's very important to wear your bib on the front of you, because this past race I wore it on the back because I was a Mickey ice cream bar as my running costume. And I didn't want to distract from my costume. Thankfully, I ran with my friend, so we're in all the same photos together. It's a really good value, especially if you have an annual pass or you're going to buy Memory Maker. You're going to get all your race photos included.
Oh, so they match up your number with the photo.
Yeah.
Nice.
So some Disney magic.
Absolutely.
after the race, go home, or not go home, but go back to your resort hotel, go shower, and go back to the parks and wear your medal, because every single person, cast members, random strangers, are going to congratulate you. People are going to even ask to buy your medal off of you because they think it's awesome. And you're going to feel so proud of your accomplishment. Whether it took you were the first person to finish or the last person to finish, everyone's getting the same medal. So be so proud of yourself.
That's awesome.
Melissa, nice job.
Thanks. Those are my final words.
I can't follow that.
Holly, yeah. Okay, now you're the professional, so you go now.
I agree with everything she said. So my big thing, I'm sure most of you have seen me and you know that I don't necessarily fit what you would think of as a runner. And, if you're listening and you're thinking like, oh, I don't think of myself as a runner. I don't think of myself as this or that. Don't worry about it. Like, what legitimately got me to start doing this was Peter and I accidentally, I know, poor planning on my part, were at Epcot after the first Star Wars run in 2016 on a Saturday. And we were walking around and we saw people with medals, which I was like, oh, cool, Star Wars. That's awesome. I love Star Wars.
Did you try and buy it off of them? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
It was Holly that tried to buy your medal.
Shh, you said you wouldn't say anything.
Probably Peter, actually.
Yeah. And what struck me was I saw people like me. I saw people that I went, wow, like, I saw myself in a lot of people, and I looked at Peter and I said, we're doing the 5K next year. And he said, huh, what? And, so we signed up for it. And after I did it, I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is what, outside of motivating me just to get healthier, it's just fun. And you feel like you're part of a club. It's unlike anything else. And I promise you, I never thought I would do this. Ever in a zillion years did I ever think, oh yeah, I would have done a 5 and a 10K, period, nonetheless at Disney. So if you're thinking about this and, you might have some doubt, I promise you, it's worth doing. It's worth trying. And you've got a bunch of people in your corner. I'm there cheering for you. And I hope to see a lot of y'all out there because it is a lot of fun. And again, the medals are pretty freaking cool. So the ones for Star Wars, I think they overdid it because it was like 10 pounds. And I was like, this is really heavy. Like, I was carrying it around the park. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like doing CrossFit with my medal, walking through the park.
Gangster. Well, this has been awesome, guys. I think my little sister got some great tips. Hope she's motivated to do it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right. And
I hope to see you out there. It's awesome.
And if any of the people listening to this podcast, if we do put a team together, or some people are just going to be down there, hang out together and represent the podcast.
Yeah, let's have a little Geek and Run team.
The Geek and family running the Run Disney. I love it. Melissa, you are now a super geek.
I'm super excited. I listen to the podcast every Monday on my long commute. And at the end, when they're like, you're now a super geeker, I just feel so proud for that person. So now people can feel proud for me. Yay! It's like finishing a race.
Yes. We don't have a big medal. We're going to put you in a Facebook group, though. And
Yay!
And I think even Heidi should go into the super geek group. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yay!
Thank you.
We'll put Mike in there too. He sat here. They're trustworthy.
You're a big motivator, Holly, too.
Thank you.
I hate to say if I can do it, anyone can, but if I can do it, anyone can.
That's how I feel.
I understand.
Like it's
My husband understands that. Now I drag him everywhere. When I first started out my journey, I started walking. I couldn't even walk a mile. And then about 8 months out, I started jogging, and he couldn't keep up with me. And now I just run every day. And but he comes out on the weekends, and he'll run like 3 miles, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been out there every day, and you do it once a week, But,
and I promise, when you cross that first Run Disney finish line and you get your medal, it's unlike anything. I imagine the moment, but it's like when it's done, you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this.
I don't think I can think of a better place to do my first half.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. You tell people it's your first half, they're gonna celebrate the heck out of you.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for delivering such a great show, and we'll see you in the Facebook group, right?
Of course.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
I was so excited when my sister Heidi was interested in doing a Run Disney event. And I said, you know what? If you really want to get some great advice, come on the podcast. I've got a whole geekin' family that can help support you to doing that. So it's so cool to introduce you to my sister Heidi and have a new super geek, Melissa Koshiol, and of course, royalty of the geekin' family, Holly Bercase, to talk all about Run Disney. That worked out just great. I'm so proud of this episode. It's so fun to do Run Disney, and I'm so glad we finally did an episode on it. Well, hey guys, I want to do some shout outs. Thank you so much. My mama this past week was really upset and just needed your prayers for our little bulldog, our sweet little Lola. She had to have some surgery. She had a cancerous tumor on her leg, and she put the prayers out there to the Geekin family. And boy, I'm not surprised. You guys really came through for us, and we thank you so much. She did have surgery on Monday. They removed the tumor. You know, she's not out of the woods. We're going to have to see how this all goes. So we're a little bit sad, and we're hopeful that she'll be fine. So keep your prayers coming for us and for our little bulldog Lola. You know, we love our animals. I know you guys do too. And so thank you again, the Geekin family, for all of your support in that area. And hey, thanks Clay Green for the intro. I love it when you guys send us in an intro. And Clay, isn't it so easy to do? All you got to do is tell us your name, where you're from, and a cool Disney World fact about yourself. And then you go geeking with Curtis and the whole Geekin family. It's so easy to do. Record that, email that into me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. And I will do my best to get it on the show. And I know we all enjoy to hear those. And I thank you so much for doing that, Clay. I got to tell you guys about this travel agent offer and from Disney World. This is a great offer. Mom and Judy posted this in our Facebook group. But anyone going to Disney between today and October 31st of 2018, and you want to go back next year, you can book a bounce back for next year with free dining. Free dining is one of those offers everyone loves to get into. And the free dining is for your trip next spring. The travel dates are May 28th to June 4th, June 28th through September 7th, 2019, and December 6th through December 24th, 2019. So contact us now to get all the details for that. They're going to go fast. travelingtiaras@gmail.com. We love helping people go and enjoy Disney World, not only with our podcast, but we are Disney World travel experts. We're official Fairy Tale Concierge travel agents, along with EJ Cruz and Jennifer Galambos. And Fairy Tale Concierge is an authorized Disney vacation planner agency. Do you want to go to Disney World, Disneyland, or on a Disney cruise? Let's develop your plan. Why should you choose us as your travel agent? Well, first, we're experts in Disney World. We've been podcasting about Disney World for over 4 years and going to Disney World for over 19 years. We've stayed at practically all the resorts, and we've eaten at most of the restaurants. You can tell by listening to our podcast. We'll help you maximize your fun and enjoyment of the resorts and parks, and we'll help you book the best resort and vacation package to fit your individual needs, including discounts and park tickets. We'll teach you to leverage the FastPass system, My Disney Experience app, and help you book the best dining reservations so you get the most out of your days in the parks without waiting in those long lines. Have you seen those people? They're miserable waiting those long lines. I can tell you they didn't book their vacation with us. And we'll teach you the best way to tour the parks, leveraging our experience and your individual choices. It's important to book 1 year out, guys. And Christmas is coming up, the Arts Festival in January. We're going to be there in January, last 2 weeks of January. Come meet up with us if you're going in January. We're going to have some geek and meetups for sure in the parks. But hey, I think it's really important. Beyond our expertise is just collaborating with us. You'll have a ton of fun chatting with Mama and Judy, and together you will book a magical trip for you and your family. Is that something you want? All you got to do is email Mama and Judy. They're at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. That's traveling without the G, travelingtiaras@gmail.com. Or you can go to our website, geekinonwdw.com/advice, and we'll get in touch with you and we'll set up with you a free phone call to review your trip. We love podcasting with you guys, and our show is all about the friends we meet and the trip ideas we share. Let me give you 3 ways that you can join our amazing Geekin family. Well, you can get into our email list. It's called the Geekin Gazette, and each week we'll send an email that has our favorite news story from Walt Disney World, a planning or money-saving tip, and something interesting that our community is talking about, all about Disney World. When we got a discount that's available through Disney World and Fairy Tale Concierge, we'll let you know about that. When you sign up for our mailing list, you'll get a planning spreadsheet, and it's something that we use to plan our track, our days and ADRs, our fast passes, our park hours, and which park we're going to be in. We love to fill that all out, and it's fun. I know Mom and Judy have been filling ours out for January. It'll be available, and they'll text it over to me as a PDF. You can do the same for your family, and then it's handy to have on your phones. Keep your party all together and on the same page. You also get a travel packing checklist, and I know I got so many things. Mom and I, we got so many things to remember when we're getting ready to go on our Disney World trip, and this packing list will help you so that you don't have that horrible feeling when you're on the way to the airport, or if you're driving down. You don't want to feel like that you forgot something. So go out to the website, geekinonwdw.com. Sign up for the Geekin Gazette. It's up on the top if you're on your mobile phone, or it's on the right-hand side, top of the website. Give us your email. And then like the day after, you'll get scheduled for that, and you'll start getting those little free gifts. And then you'll be on our weekly mailing list. We have a private Facebook group. It's awesome. Would you like to join our amazing Geekin family on Facebook? It's closed. It's private. When you search for that and you find us, you'll get 3 questions. I love getting that feedback from you guys on how the show is working for you. And then once you answer those questions, I'll get you in the group. Give us some of those 3 fun facts about yourself, about Disney World, and we can get to know you. And you know, you just gotta have a passion for Walt Disney World. We just have some amazing people. You can tell they're sharing their passion for Walt Disney World. You know, we're not those people that question your love for Disney World. I saw that in our Facebook group recently. No, we're those guys that support you for your passion for Walt Disney World. So come join us. You gotta have a fun and positive attitude. It's easy. Just search for us. You'll find us Geekin on WDW. Request an invite, and once you're inside again, please tell us all about yourself. I am loving Facebook Live. It's sometimes Thursday, Friday night, but it's a chance for me to talk, you know, and see that video of you. You see a video of me. I get to talk to some people that I might not have talked to before. It's kind of hard when you only do a weekly podcast to have everybody that listens to our show do a trip report. So I get to hear your trip report and share it with all of the Geekin family. And it's so much fun for me to engage with you guys on Facebook Live. So come look for that. And I love it when you give us those little mini trip reports. So tell us about a trip that you got coming up, or if you got a question, if you're planning a trip, let me know. I can get you lots of help through Facebook Live or the Facebook group or our travel agency. You can always get a hold of me through email, kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. I'm on the Twitter at geekinonwdw. Geek Speak, you can leave us a voice recording. The number is 860-294-4774. I love it when you support our show by retweeting our Twitter posts or our Facebook episode postings. We had a tweet going on this past week where someone had recommended us, and I was answering it, and some other podcasts were getting the same kind of praise. That was super awesome. I love that when you guys do that. Telling your friends about our show is the best way to support our show. You can forward the Geekin Gazette newsletter out to your friends. Tell them to come check us out. It's really appreciated. I like looking at our stats. I do like looking at where we are in the iTunes travel category. You know, we were number 21 in travel today when I was looking on Sunday, August 5th. That is super awesome. Thank you, geeks. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true. So you guys ready to talk Run Disney?
Always.
Always. All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, we sourced. Let me make sure, Heidi, you're coming in.
Can you hear me?
Do that again?
I can hear her.
Test.
Yep.
Okay.
It's weird because she's right sitting next to me. I want to make sure she's coming through. And excellent. And Melissa, how you spell your last name?
Koshiol. So it's like social, but with a K.
I thought so. I was just want to make sure.
You said it right the first time, which is really shocking. Quite a few times in Disney World, they were like, "Where are you from?" Because they thought we were going to say like Poland or something like that. We're like, "No, we're from Chicago."
And you were just in Disney World, right?
Yeah, I was there from July 9th to the 13th.
Okay. We'll cover that a little bit because this is your first time on the show. So we'll do a little mini trip report with you first, all right?
Awesome.
So we'll introduce, what do I got going here? I haven't even read your introduction yet.
That's okay. I hope it's okay. I've been working on it for a while. I have a friend from work. Her name is Lauren, and we're both like huge Disney geeks together. And I turned her on to the podcast, so now she listens.
Oh, good.
And we've been working on it because I'm like, I just have so many things I would love to put in there.
I'm just going to read it. Oh, okay. Yes. Looks good.
My only question was we couldn't figure out, like, is it technically still running across the boardwalk or no?
Running across the boardwalk?
Because that pathway between the Beach Club water slide and Stormalong Bay, is that still called the boardwalk?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We tried Googling it and we couldn't get the right
answer. I guess
I
could see how that could... what do you think, Holly? I guess it could technically not be the boardwalk. Yeah.
I've never been there, so I have no opinion on it.
Where? You talking?
It sounds good to me.
Okay. If Holly says it's good, it's good. She's royalty.
All right, across the boardwalk, go down to the water side, Stormalong Bay. Yeah, okay, well that's the Beach Club. So you're going from the boardwalk over to the Beach Club almost.
Well, because when you run, you have to run across from the pool, exit across the boardwalk to the separate slide entrance. It's not close at all.
Well, you know what? We'll have fun with it. I'll do the introduction and we can laugh about it. It's all right. Okay. It's all good. I don't mind being foolish if you don't mind.
That's fine. I just don't want someone hardcore to be like, that's actually called the New Balance running trail or something crazy.
Let them be.
Yeah, and then you just go, okay, thank you, and bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Yes, so sorry. Did you guys see the questions out there?
I did preview them.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at them. I just made a few notes, some of the technical stuff, like what the costs are.
Oh, good, Holly.
And
she's right on the ball.
Well, there's a lot of stuff with Run Disney, and I didn't want to be tripping over myself. Oh yeah, there's an 8K and a 4.5K. Anyway, so
Well, there's I googled it. There's, let me just tell you which ones there I see coming up, and you guys tell me if I'm off. At least we'll get that right. I guess we ought to get that right.
That was like one of my first questions.
So they have. I'm on their Facebook page. They've got the ones. Where's it going?
Is there one in October?
November.
So the
Okay.
Disney Wine and Dine is November 1st through 4th. They've got the Disney World Marathon Weekend, January 9th through 13th. The Disney Princess Half Marathon Weekend in February, and then the Star Wars Half Marathon. Are there more than that usually?
Not since they cut out Disneyland.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it. You know, they have like the virtual that they do over the summer,
Right.
and
We
they
can
have
mention
the
that,
one out
too.
in Paris. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's like even for me,
September.
that's a little more advanced than I'm ready for.
Yeah, we're only talking Disney World anyway, so that's
Yeah,
good.
it's a good point.
And Melissa, you've run how many of these?
9.
Yeah. I told you we had an expert.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, 2 were at Disneyland, so I maybe should say 7.
That's right. You know, you can mention, hey, dog noises. Perfect.
Oh, that's Ava.
Ava.
She's sitting here listening.
Perfect.
I'll take her collar off.
Look, my Sadie was here underneath the table. She wouldn't get out. It's like my animals want to come in here and sit now, like the black cat wants to sit in here now. That's his new thing. All right, I think I'm ready. All right, I'm recording already. I've been recording for a few minutes already. You guys ready?
Ready.
All right.
Ready?
From where are you? I wonder where she's from. We'll find out. She deeply misses. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Edit. Holly knows what that is. All right. We're good. We're out. Yeah.
I thought of this at the beginning, Melissa, and I didn't. I wanted to ask you: have you heard of Shades of Green?
Yes. I've
Okay,
never stayed there, though.
Because you said your husband's active.
Yeah, he's in the National Guard.
You should look at it because it's not quite a deluxe, quote unquote, but you basically get all the amenities of the Polynesian. Like you can walk across the street to the Polynesian and use the monorail.
Yeah.
That's what I heard recently.
It's relatively inexpensive too. It's one of the.
Yeah, it's more on par with like it's somewhere between like a value and a moderate.
I think
like
the lower your rank, the lower your price too. Something like that. If I remember.
Yeah, there's like the company that owns it has like different military family resorts like around. I don't know if it's around the country, around the world, but yeah, they do it on your rank.
Yeah, so definitely look at. I had a good friend stay there. We were actually going to stay there because Ken is military, ex-military veteran, and we ended up changing it. I guess we got a cheaper deal, and we wanted to save money, so we ended up doing All Stars. But
yeah,
so yeah,
sometimes
definitely-
it works out that way.
Yeah, look into it though. I mean,
Because I
yeah,
had the friends stay there during our wedding, and they loved it. They were like, "It's perfect."
the food's cheap too.
Yeah,
They have buffets.
it's a piece of Disney history. Here's my little geek out. It was the Disney Inn. It was one of the like after the park opened, it was one of the hotels that they were like, "Ooh, we need more hotel," so they built it, and then eventually it got sold to the U.S. government, and now it's Shades of Green.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was like I had that thought. I was like, I need to write this down because you know there's a lot of people that don't know about it, and I'm like, if you're eligible, I know for a lot of people it's how they can afford to go to Disney. So
Yeah, I think I tell my husband all the time when we have a family where like I'm gonna go and the kids are gonna stay at home because I like to just be Disney. I don't know how parents can do it so expensive.
I know I don't have kids, and I'm like. I just dropped $190 for Peter and I to do the after hours, and I'm like, I can't imagine having to do this with like a family of 4.
No, that's why they're going to be 2 forever. No, just kidding.
They have like a mustache and a beard. Man, 2 years old.
That's so funny. Sorry if you can hear my dog playing tug of war with me right now.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what that is. She laid down for like an hour. She's only one, so like she takes like breaks like that where she takes an hour and then she's
That's
full
your
force
kid.
for an hour.
Are you gonna try and do the princess next year, Melissa?
I actually was just looking at it because I was kicking myself that I didn't register for the January races, but the only races that are open right now are the full marathon and then all the challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know right now with everything I have going on this upcoming year if I could train for a marathon. It's really good when you like first you train for a half and then you go from there to train for a full marathon, but to just like start out with no base and then go to a full marathon is like really difficult, especially I live in Chicago, so I'd be training in the winter for that race.
Yeah.
So I was looking at Princess because it's like a good time in the year to be like, okay, I'm going to get out of the cold and go to Disney. So we'll see if I can get in or not. And that might be my next Run Disney race.
Yeah, because I'm definitely doing the rivals because I'm excited to see how they handle that now that they're basically taking away the light and dark side. They're just
I
making it
know. It's really sad because I think my favorite Run Disney race of all time is the Tinkerbell half that they had out in Disneyland. And I think I love that one so much because, again, just like, I don't know if we should have mentioned, the Princess is a majority of the runners are women. Not saying that men can't run, but it's
like
probably 90%. Yeah. And so that's how that was. And I don't know if it's because there was not a lot of people running, but I got to run in Corral A, and I'm not like a fast runner. And I was like, wow, this is so awesome. And like all the serious runners were not taking pictures. So I got like every stop I was able to go with like no line. So maybe I just had like a fabulous race experience. And like, I'm a sucker. I don't know if you guys have ever watched World of Color out in Disneyland. Oh my God, you should watch it on YouTube. They had it going during the race, and it was just like the best.
Yeah, I when I signed up for the 5K, I was like, okay, and then next year I'm going to do the 10, and then the next year I'm going to do the half, and then I'm going to do the light side that same year so I can get coast to coast and Kessel Run. And then they were like, JK, we're not doing it anymore. So I'm kind of tentatively looking at maybe 2020 trying to do the Paris because I would really like to get the Castle de Chateau medal.
That's like stunning. It should be like a piece of jewelry you can wear every day.
Because I really didn't know about it, and then I was talking to a cast member, and she was talking about Run Disney, and she said she did Disneyland. I said, oh, how was it? She's like, oh, it was fine. She's like, hey, I did it for the Castle de Chateau, and I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, Google it, and I was like, oh my God. Like, that's beautiful. I want it.
It's so pretty. It has like the French and American flags on there and like both castles. My favorite medal is probably my one that has the partner statue on it for Coast to Coast.
See, and I'm so like, that was my plan. I was like, I'm going to do the light side, the dark side. I'll get 3 medals at the light, 3 medals at the dark, Coast to Coast, Kessel Run. Like, I was like, I want so many medals that I'm like way down. And then they were like, hey, Disneyland runs aren't probably coming back.
You guys are like those crazy Run Disney people.
Oh, it's like a drug.
Yeah.
And like
it really is.
I went to Disney the first time ever this summer not doing a Run Disney race, and it was so weird to me because I'm so used to being like, okay, we're going to go to the expo, and then after the expo, we're going to go to the park and make sure that the day before the race you aren't there the whole time.
Right.
So it was different.
It's fun. Like it's completely different than anything else. And like I said, even though I had my own psychological issues of anxiety and inadequacy, like it was still an amazing thing. And like I said, I'm looking forward. My goal for this 5K in November, I want to just enjoy the heck out of myself, not be stressed out, and just, if I want to stop for a character, and it used to be called the Jingle something, I forget.
Yes.
It's through Animal Kingdom. So I'm looking forward to like running through Pandora.
That will be really nice. I was really sad when they changed it to fall themed last year.
That's it. It's the fall.
And I wanted it to be Christmas because I'm like a total Christmas person. So I was like, oh, fall, it's fine.
She's got it.
I should know this. I listened to it enough. I've been like, now I'm like almost back to in the archives. I'm close to the first few episodes.
You're downloading them from the website?
I'm downloading. Well, maybe it's not as close as I think it is. I'm doing them off iTunes still.
Ah, yeah. So there's only 200 there. You got more to go. You got 40 more to go. That's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
She has her, well, it's not her set of ears, but I got this set of ears online that have dogs on them.
Yeah.
And I put them on her recently, and she just walked around the house wearing them.
Oh,
She's a Disney dog.
They have all sorts of Disney cat stuff, but I don't really see too much Disney dogs.
just because cat ladies are crazy can verify that.
She is one.
I am.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woohoo! All right, that's a good preview for our.
I think I can breathe now.
You're so funny.
I guess.
Well, guys, thanks so much for doing it. We did a great job. We'll see
thank
you.
you. I'm glad. I hope we can, encourage more people to do it. It's fun. It's a good motivator, and
absolutely good job.
It is, and it's like really hard to do like another local race after doing a Run Disney race. You're like, oh, it doesn't measure up.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
It's
where
work.
are the characters?
It's like work.
Where's the cool laser light show at 5:30 a.m.?
And the hot tub after.
Yeah, where's the hot tub after? And where's the bus
I'm
that
with
drives
you. Hot tub, man.
I like that.
We went back to our Airbnb. It had a full pool and a hot tub, and I was just like, and in I go.
Excellent. All right, guys.
I love that. The worst part was when I stayed at Coronado Springs, I was like right near the lobby and the hall and everything, and the pool just seemed so far away after that race. I was like, this is a torture walk.
Yes, it is. You're right. I
I wanted somebody to come by so bad, like somebody delivering luggage, and just be like, take me.
We're probably going to be staying at the Dolphin in November for the second half, and like I told Peter, I'm like, when I'm done, I'm not walking from Epcot. You're going to drive me around too. Not walking from the front of Epcot back out there because I'll be done.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right.
Say
Bye.
bye.
Bye.